Hey Yuki fam, welcome to today's episode update of For the Moonlight Village 2.0. Today I want to go over some changes and potentially the beta day that you guys can play this for the first time. So if you guys are not aware, I am making a remake or redo of the Moonlight House 1 or Moonlight Village as I used to call it, the Village update. So what happened and what's going on here? So originally I was going to publish this a few weeks ago, but I decided to start something new, including the TTRPG game. Then I forgot about this part. But here is the new plan. For those of you who are not aware who did not see the last update, back here is the house, the Moonlight House. Now, obviously, it's completely different because last time the original did not have this. We were not using the apartment kit. I was just making shapes for doors and all that stuff. Or it was barely used. Now, this is the apartment kit I'm using from Unity. Okay, and as you can see, I'm using the kit here because of the wood wall, and they will have color later on. I'm just getting it ready. So, what else is new? Well, obviously, I added a window in the bedroom, and you can tell that is my room. Why? Because it's modeled after my room. The only difference is, as you guys can see, different area. And of course, is it Friday yet? Because why not? Oh, and is it Thursday yet? Because why not? Hello there, Critical Role. Anyway, in the house now we do have the new thing called the player counter. We have the player list over here. See who's in, who's out. Brought to you by In and Out. Anyway, we have the tablet tracking your money. Player account right here. And of course, I have to advertise it. Protectors of kindness. Because why not? Now, keep in mind that this is a copy. This is a copy of the other one in the room. This is supposed to be a new one. This is for Shinda. But I play as Shinda too. Just a little heads up. Episode 4, Part 2, coming up this week. Episode 5, Part 1, coming up the weekend. Possibly. Because it's the Shinda story for our game. And yes, it's a Friday yet. Now, anyway, let's move on to here, outside. So there's two things I want to talk about: the store and the bowling alley. Let's start with the store first. And actually, let me give you the layout. Over here, middle, if you remember the original layout of Moonlight Village, the original one, the one that has 60 favorites on it, the house was in the middle. And then you have like a street here, and a street here, and a street here. I'm going to go back to that style. But now we have new interactives thanks to learning how to use buttons and learning how to use udon chips. I'll get to udon chips in a moment. But here's what I'm thinking of the layout. The house goes back here. So you might be wondering, what is this? This is a shooting range. The weapons in the shooting range are not to be used on other players, however. This is strictly for the target practice game where you can earn udon coins, udon chips, I should say, in order to purchase some virtual items inside of the same world. You do not need to use money. No real money here. You use virtual money called udon chips in order to purchase in-world items. We'll get to that in a moment. But the shooting range is going to be part of this house, the main apartment, which will be moving over here to replicate the original Moonlight Village. What happened to the voting alley? Well, if you did not catch me in the last few nights on VR chat, that's because I'm getting ready for season 2 of our VR chat world tours with Francis the Wolf, and part of that allows me to look at different worlds, and one of them, although not going to be featured, did feature a house where there's an arcade inside. So I'm going to go ahead and try to copy that style, but in my own way. So the Moonlight House is going to move over here with that in mind. The store here is going to move to where the bakery would have been in the original Moonlight House with the world right here, right around here or here. The restaurant will be moving to the right, and any other facilities I'm thinking of will be where that road is. But there is no car. There's no car system because the problem is if I add the car, um, it would be harder. It won't be hard to add the car system. It will be much more space. What do I mean by that? If you never used Unity before, there's a thing called the World Debugger when it comes to VR chat, and as you guys can see, we have a build size limit. Now, we wonder what is that limit? Right now, it's 90.8 megabytes. If I add the car, it's going to add more, and the limit is 100 megabytes. But wait, don't, but wait, Yuki. But we've seen worlds more than 100 megabytes, and that is true. You have, except for one problem. If you are trying to upload for Quest users, if you're adding worlds for Quest users, the limit is 100 megabytes. That is it. You're only allowed 100. If you want to upload a world featuring Quest users, okay, so your limit is 100. I am willing to try out right now what happens if I remove the entire bowling alley. Now keep in mind, inside of the bowling alley in the arcade house right here, I will still charge 100 udon chips. But let's just say we remove the entire bowling alley immediately so that you guys can see what is the change in terms of the megabytes. Because this has a big role when it comes to world size. We'll go ahead and remove the entire bowling alley. And actually, why am I doing that? Might as well do this. We're gonna remove the entire bowling alley, including the udon chips thing. Let's see what happens. Let's see what the world size would be. I'm gonna save it. Let's build it. Let's see how much it is now. Now that we remove the entire bowling alley. Right now it was at 90. Let's see how much it is now. Now that I remove the entire bowling alley. It should be less than 90. Now keep in mind the restaurant is still there. Now there's still 241 scripts. How can I tell that? Bottom left. Bottom left corner is Udon scripts. I mean, not Udon scripts, but script C sharp. So let's see what happens here. We're gonna go to the world debugger in a moment to to do the check on how big the world is right now. Now, if you are a developer in VRChat for Worlds, make sure you use the World Debugger to see how much the size is, because size matters when it comes to world development. You can actually there is no limit on PC, but if you want worlds to be optimized for Quest, you have to do it under 100 megabytes at least. I would say try not to go over for your first world. If you're developing your own world first time, don't go over 80 megabytes. Now let's see how much it is. Oh, it's 89. So it went down a little bit. It actually went down a little bit. Oh, I put two clients by accident. That's okay. As you can see, we have the player thing here. And you might be wondering why are there two Retroyukis? Because I accidentally put two clients. That's why. But ignore that second one. As you can see, we removed the bowling alley. And we can buy our soda for 250. Exit the store. Go to our refrigerator and store it in there. If it wants to go in. And then we can go to the shooting range. Now it's not gonna be this big when I publish it. So this is the shooting range. So if we keep in mind it's five five to open it. You have to shoot targets. And as you can see, I'm at 21. Now I'm at 58. So you can use your chips to purchase items. Now I'm at 209 because I collected those chips. But I cannot buy anything because it requires 250. The chicken nuggets also require 250. So, and then we have this. I forgot to remove this, but it won't matter anyway. There's gonna be a lot of more interactive stuff when we when I start it. Would there be any more facilities? Maybe. I'm thinking about it. And now, of course, I can just redo textures if I needed to. Here's the other Yuki, the copy, the copied Yuki. But yeah, so that's what I'm thinking of for Moonlight Village. Um, when are we gonna? When am I able to do the beta? October, and most likely before my birthday, because I already announced that there is gonna be a birthday stream. 9:30, October 25th. I'm gonna be playing as Francis Riolu. Where are we gonna be? If I can publish this before October 25th, we're celebrating in here. If not, we're doing it somewhere else in VR chat. But no matter what happens, I'm gonna be playing as Francis Riolu. We're gonna have some fun and we're gonna enjoy. I will tell you. Speaking of VR chat, we have a podcast coming up starting this week. Yuki's VR chat corner. Want to give you the news of VR chat and talk about some stories about VR chat, whatever I've experienced in the past. Right? That's all for now. We'll see you guys in a bit. And as always, it's a Friday yet. Have fun and enjoy.